just occasionally act when it comes up?
Yeah, if it comes up, like, if it's a cool, like, neat little gig or something like that, like, yeah, sure. But like I said, I don't pursue it in any kind of, like, any way. Like, I don't have agents anymore and things like that.
Is that because you're just not interested, or?
Yeah, kind of not interested. I don't really like the pursuit of it. Like what it takes
the whole process,
to
auditions,
exactly.
meetings,
I don't like being on the circuit, able to kind of live the life that like that that my circumstances afforded me.
Hollywood has always had a dark underbelly, glamour on the surface, but secrets buried deep beneath the red carpet. And now, seems like Macaulay Culkin has something shocking to expose.
But after a while, it became, like I said, a job, and it was I never chose the projects.
After decades of staying quiet, the Home Alone star is finally speaking out, and what he's revealing is shaking the industry to its core.
It's kind of just like, again, like, it's what you do.
Right.
Like, it's like in the same way that, like kids go to, like, school or something like that. Like, you fall into a routine to a certain extent.
The very person he's calling out, someone so big, so protected, that no one ever dared say it out loud, until now. So let's get into it. Macaulay Culkin's back in the spotlight, and he's not messing around. After staying under the radar for a while, he's coming out swinging with some wild truth bombs about Hollywood's dark secrets. And allegedly, he's even calling out a famous TV host. His claims are seriously stirring the pot, and if you've been keeping up, you know he's peeling back the curtain on all the shady stuff happening behind the scenes in Tinseltown.
And the kids?
Yeah, man,
But I got some money out of it.
Look, I'm not working like the diamond mines. I'm not a child soldier. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I came out the other end, and I have something to show for it.
That famous TV host has always rocked that squeaky clean image as everyone's favorite media queen. But behind the scenes, her name's been linked to some seriously shady characters, like John of God, Harvey Weinstein, and Diddy. The word on the street, she might have even played a role in helping these PAters find their victims. If there's even a shred of truth to this, it's the kind of bombshell that could blow Hollywood wide open, exposing a dark web of corruption and exploitation that's been hiding in plain sight for years.
On the whistle on the entertainment industry elite to reveal that Hollywood studio executives are bloodthirsty Satanists.
Culkin's not the only one calling out Hollywood's dark side. He's got some serious backup. Former child stars like Elijah Wood and Corey Feldman have also stepped up to share their own chilling stories. In one interview, Elijah didn't hold back, saying clearly something major was going on in Hollywood. It was all organized. There are a lot of vipers in this industry, people who only have their own interests in mind. There is darkness in the underbelly. If you can imagine it, it's probably happened. Corey Feldman is also revealing the abuse, an exploitation he and others faced as young stars. Together, they're pulling back the curtain on the twisted reality hiding behind Hollywood's glitzy facade.
I'm saying that there are people that were the people that did this to both me and Corey that are still working, they're still out there, and they're some of the richest, most powerful people in this business.
Last year, the idea of freedom shook up the entertainment world in ways nobody saw coming. It was about way more than just box office hits. And now, the buzz has only gotten louder thanks to Macaulay Culkin's surprising comeback. The Home Alone star isn't just stepping back into the spotlight quietly. He's making waves with jaw-dropping revelations. In an alleged interview, Culkin didn't hold back, dropping bombshells that have left everyone stunned and scrambling to piece together the truth.
He reached out to me because a lot of things were happening, like, big and fast with me. And I think he identified with that.
It all started when a wild article began making the rounds, sparking a firestorm of controversy. According to this unverified piece, Macaulay Culkin allegedly dropped some shocking accusations about Hollywood's powerful elites. The headline alone, Macaulay Culkin, Satanic elites, do the unthinkable to young ones during rituals, is enough to make your jaw hit the floor. The article claims Culkin didn't hold back, calling out ruthless studio execs and branding them as monsters who engage in horrifying rituals involving young actors. It's the kind of story that feels ripped straight from a dark Hollywood thriller, but if there's any truth to it, it's a terrifying glimpse into what could be hiding behind the industry's glamorous facade.
People treat you differently?
I'm always treated differently.
Yeah.
Whether I like it or not.
In December 2017, several unreliable websites published articles claiming that former child actor Macaulay Culkin stated in a radio interview that Hollywood is dominated by satanic pedophiles who ritually murder children. One version of the story appeared on sites like Your Newswire, Neon Nettle, and News Punch, known for creating sensationalized and false content. The material has since been replicated by other fake news websites. Hollywood executives are described as bloodthirsty Satanists who ritually children in the industry, according to Macaulay Culkin. He claims he survived because he was a smart, suspicious kid and became too famous to be some of the other kids. Culkin stated, "You learn early to recognize which of them want to A you and which have even darker tastes." He explained that the worst of them wear shoes made from the skin of children that they ritually. Speaking on a radio show in Paris, France, Culkin remarked, "Have you seen leather products made from human skin? It has a very unusual, distinctive look. I learned at a young age to identify it." A controversial article on News Punch, attributed to Alan Smythe, claimed that Macaulay Culkin revealed in a radio interview that Hollywood is controlled by satanic powers. According to the piece, Culkin alleged that when he was 11, a Hollywood executive tried to get him hooked on crack, and even bragged that his custom-made leather shoes were made from the skin of the late child star Heather O'Rourke. These shocking claims reportedly surfaced in French media, including Les Echos, only to be removed within an hour of publication. Fact-checking sites like Hoaxbuster have shut down these stories. Guillaume Brassard from Hoaxbuster pointed out that there's no real evidence to back up the claims about the supposed interview or the story supposedly published by Les Echos. He mentioned that the screenshots and translations shared by sites like Your Newswire, Neon Nettle, and News Punch are either fake or badly translated from English. The article also made wild claims about people using human skin to make shoes, but there's absolutely no proof to support that creepy allegation. It looks like this whole thing is just a made-up hoax designed to push some crazy conspiracy theories about Hollywood's supposed dark side. While some former child actors like Elijah Wood have spoken out about child exploitation in Hollywood, their concerns are based on real issues, not wild stories involving Satanism or ritual murder. Stuff like this, spread by fake news and conspiracy sites, just adds more confusion and misinformation.
Working in this industry, it can push you in a lot of different directions that are not necessarily.
It's worth mentioning that the authenticity of this article and its explosive claims hasn't been confirmed yet. Allegations like these are pretty serious and should be treated with care until there's solid proof or someone to back them up. That said, Hollywood's no stranger to outlandish rumors, and they spread like wildfire. While the stories about Macaulay Culkin and the industry's big names haven't been proven, there's no denying that Tinseltown is full of secrecy. The saying, "snitches get stitches," really sums up the fear that many have about speaking out against powerful people. If there's even a tiny bit of truth to these allegations, it could shed light on why Culkin's career took such an unexpected dip and why he faded out of the spotlight for years. Hollywood has a reputation for silencing voices that challenge the system, and those who speak out often face serious consequences. Culkin's rise to fame, especially with his iconic role as Kevin McAllister in Home Alone, almost feels like a story straight out of Hollywood itself. But behind the glitz and glamour, the price of fame can be steep, especially when shady practices or misconduct are involved. Whether these rumors have any truth to them or not, the entertainment world is still one where mystery and controversy often go hand in hand.
Phone, and she's like, "Huh? Hey, you wanna watch it?" And I'm like, "You wanna watch Home Alone?"
The movie's huge success turned Macaulay Culkin into an overnight sensation when he was just 10 years old, winning the hearts of audiences all over the world. His fame skyrocketed, launching him into international stardom. He landed big marketing campaigns, appeared on countless magazine covers, and was constantly chased by paparazzi. His performance in Home Alone earned him critical acclaim, including a Golden Globe nomination and a Young Artist Award. With all the rumors swirling around him, it's crucial to take a step back and view the claims with a healthy dose of skepticism, at least until they're backed by hard evidence. Macaulay Culkin quickly caught the eye of Hollywood producers, landing roles in a string of hits like Uncle Buck, My Girl, and Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. His boyish charm even earned him his own Saturday morning cartoon, Wish Kid, and a cameo in Michael Jackson's iconic Black or White music video. Culkin was the ultimate golden child of the 90s, but as we've seen time and time again, fame often comes with a heavy price.
Ready? Get set, go.
You cheater!
Whoa!
He cheats a lot, but he's fun.
He loves to have fun.
But of course, this success came with its own problems. The industry was all about making money and getting famous, with little regard for the well-being of child actors. For Culkin, managed by his parents, life was basically just work, interviews, and public appearances. Hollywood saw him as their golden ticket, loading him up with way more work than any kid should have to deal with. It was a lot of pressure, especially at such a young age, and it meant he missed out on a lot of the usual childhood stuff.
This is opening night, and injures himself and can't do the rest of the run of the whole show. And apparently that was like the last acting gig he ever did, because it was quite embarrassing.
As the 90s went on, Culkin's star started to fade a bit. After blowing up with Home Alone, his later films like The Good Son, Getting Even with Dad, and Richie Rich just didn't pack the same punch. Critics began questioning his acting ability outside of his iconic role as Kevin McAllister. As he hit his teen years, Culkin ran into a bunch of career problems: fame pressure, box office flops, and a lack of solid roles. He tried to bounce back with edgier roles in movies like The Pagemaster and Party Monster. Even though Party Monster showed he had the chops, it didn't quite help fix the struggles he was facing in his career.
After a while, it was just something I didn't necessarily want to be doing. It became something that was out of my control. It was something I just needed.
In 1995, things took a sharp turn for Macaulay Culkin when his parents, Kit and Patricia, went through a bitter divorce, triggering a messy custody battle involving him and his 6 siblings. The intense family drama only added fuel to the fire of his already complicated career struggles, making it an emotionally turbulent time both personally and professionally. After the dust settled and his mother was awarded full custody, Culkin's relationship with his father grew distant and strained. The very public nature of the divorce and custody fight placed even more pressure on the young star, who was already grappling with the downsides of fame. When Culkin finally turned 18, he gained full control of his multi-million-dollar earnings. In a lighthearted interview with Ellen DeGeneres, he joked that it felt like someone else had done all the hard work, and he just showed up to collect, like he'd stumbled into a surprise inheritance. But behind the humor was a real sense of how surreal and complicated his journey had become.
What age did you see your money?
I didn't see it until I turned 18. You had I call it the slip of paper meeting, where they kind of pretty much put a number on a piece of paper and slide it across the table.
As his fame began to fade, Macaulay Culkin made a conscious choice to step away from acting in search of something more grounded, some sense of normalcy and privacy. Tired of the relentless Hollywood spotlight, he wanted to be seen as just a regular guy, not forever trapped in the image of a child star frozen in time. During his break from the limelight, Culkin channeled his energy into creative pursuits like writing and music, carving out a space for himself outside the expectations of the industry. In 2003, he made a small-screen return with a guest appearance on the popular sitcom Will and Grace, followed by a big-screen comeback in the indie biopic Party Monster. While some critics appreciated his bold move away from the clean-cut roles of his youth, the film didn't quite reignite his Hollywood momentum. Despite experimenting with different projects and personas, Culkin struggled to shake off the shadow of his iconic childhood fame and reestablish himself as a serious adult actor.
I lost the reason why I was doing it. And so I need to get reacquainted with my family. I hadn't spent time with my family.
By stepping back, Culkin was able to let his artistic side thrive on his own terms, without the weight of Hollywood's strict expectations. He carved out a unique, authentic path for himself, showing he was open to exploring different artistic pursuits and enjoying the creative process free from the usual pressures. His journey serves as a reminder that success in Hollywood doesn't always follow the typical playbook, and true fulfillment comes from staying true to your passions and being authentic. Macaulay Culkin's time in the industry has been marred by constant media scrutiny and criticism, with some unfairly branding him as a child star who lost his way. But this viewpoint often ignores the massive pressures and challenges that child actors face in Hollywood. The glitz and glamour might seem appealing, but they come with serious emotional and personal costs. The struggles of actors like Culkin shine a light on a system that tends to exploit them and discard them once their star power fades. The The harsh reality is that many child stars have a tough time transitioning into adulthood and recapturing the success they had as kids. Culkin has found support from others in the industry, like Corey Feldman and Elijah Wood, who get what he's been through and back his perspective on these issues. Corey Feldman has recently spoken out about how Hollywood exploits young talent, often with the help of those managing them. In the past few months, a wave of revelations has surfaced, shedding light on various aspects of the industry, including the misconduct of powerful figures and the exploitation of individuals, issues that a controversial film has brought into sharper focus. As Hollywood's darker side continues to be exposed, we're hearing more shocking stories and truths, showing just how deep these problems run.
I'm saying that there are people that were the people that did this to both me and Corey that are still working, they're still out there, and they're some of the richest, most powerful people in this business.
Corey Feldman's claims about his experiences in Hollywood haven't received the attention they truly deserve. He started out as a child actor, rising to fame with his iconic role in the 1985 classic The Goonies. Unfortunately, like many young stars, Corey faced inappropriate behavior from people in the industry, and even from his own family. These painful experiences highlight the darker side of Hollywood, a side that many young actors have to contend with, often in silence.
So by Goonies, I started to lose a little bit of it, and then by Stand By Me is where I came into my...
Were you already doing coke on Stand By Me?
No, hell no.
Corey Feldman kicked off his acting career at just 3 years old. At that age, a child can't really give informed consent or grasp what it means to step into the entertainment industry. The burden of responsibility usually falls on the parents, and it's clear that Corey's mom was aware of the financial opportunities that came with her son's career. Starting so young had a huge impact on Corey's life, leading him to confront the many challenges and darker sides of Hollywood as he grew up.
Mom was doing it with somebody on the set of The Lost Boys.
Okay.
This hot little Asian woman who I was sitting there one night because I was like falling asleep and I was depressed.
In 2013, Corey Feldman made a brave move by releasing a memoir where he opened up about the mistreatment he and his co-star Corey Haim faced from powerful men in Hollywood. Feldman revealed that these incidents happened when they were just 11 to 13 years old. His disclosures highlighted the predatory behavior lurking in the industry and the vulnerability of young actors, igniting important conversations about the need for better protections and accountability in Hollywood.
She makes it sound so easy and harmless, I might as well. If my mom's doing it, how bad could it be, you know?
Corey Feldman's revelations about the AE he faced throughout his career, especially during his childhood, went beyond just his experiences in Hollywood. He also opened up about how his struggles with substance A in later life were partly rooted in the trauma he endured during those tough years. And during one of his interviews, he said,
or popularity or whatever.
Popularity,
yeah. But not in school.
You're a celebrity, yeah.
But in school, it's a different ballgame.
Barbara Walters, known for her tough interviews, may have really pushed the envelope in a recently discovered video clip from an October 2013 episode of The View. In that segment, the veteran media personality tackled the delicate subject of Corey Feldman's past A experiences. Feldman was on the show to talk about his memoir, choreography, and Walters didn't hold back in exploring his story.
I can tell you that the #1 problem in Hollywood was and is and always will be pedophilia.
Nobody talks about pedophilia.
It's the big secret.
He further went on saying, they would throw these parties where you'd walk in and it would be mostly kids and there would be a handful of adult men. They would also be at the film awards and children's charity functions. Many observers remarked that Barbara Walters appeared to prioritize Hollywood's reputation over Corey Feldman's allegations of childhood SA during her interview with him.
And that's what you were saying in your book. When you talk to when you talk to
They don't
parents,
want me here right now. Trust
Corey.
me.
The video clip started picking up major traction online as more allegations of mistreatment in Hollywood surfaced, including the high-profile accusations against film producer Harvey Weinstein. As the conversation around the industry's dark side grew, more actors began sharing their own experiences of SA in Hollywood. These days, the famous TV host has been making headlines for some controversial actions in the media world. One film that's getting a lot of buzz is rumored to be linked to her, especially since it faced a number of obstacles during its release. There's speculation that the host may have tried to block its launch, particularly because the movie touches on the sensitive issue of CT. It's pretty shocking how Hollywood seems to be sidelining this film, and it's reigniting conversations about the industry's deeper problems, raising eyebrows everywhere. One person currently in the spotlight is the host herself. You might recall her lavish $40 million donation to the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa, which includes some pretty high-end amenities, like a yoga studio and beauty salon.
In an entire industry.
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to say that it's a very important...
A shocking turn of events, rumors started circulating that just months after the school's grand opening, the dorm matron was arrested on charges of SA several 7th and 8th graders. The host reportedly distanced herself from the situation, with whispers of her blaming the school administration for a cover-up while vowing to seek justice. These revelations have shown a harsh light on the darker sides of philanthropic efforts and sparked concerns about how the industry addresses such serious issues. She was quoted saying, "I wanted to hire an independent team because my experience with child PAters is that no one ever as just one child." The accused, Tiny Virginia Macopo, was ultimately cleared of all 14 charges after a magistrate determined that the case was unproven and that the students' testimonies lacked corroboration. Macopo insists she is innocent and claims she was wrongfully caught up in a conspiracy. This incident has raised serious questions about the reliability of the allegations and highlighted the urgent need for a fair and thorough investigation. According to her, "I do not know what steps I'm going to take right now, but life for me for the past 3 years was nothing but hell," she told the Times of South Africa today. "I have been struggling. This case has left me humiliated, broke, and unemployed." The 9 alleged victims were aged between 13 and 15 when they made their claims against Macopo, who was also accused of A-ing one of the teenagers as well as a fellow supervisor. Winfrey had called the allegations crushing, especially because of her own stated history, OFCSA, and promised an overhaul of the school. She made her unhappiness with the verdict clear. Not only this, the host has been hit with serious charges of tea and enabling from well-known investors like Jeffrey Epstein, the S-offender, and Harvey Weinstein. Several famous people have come forward to accuse the host of covering up for Harvey Weinstein, and one of them is Rose McGowan. The host, according to Rose, made a mistake in selecting Russell Simmons and Harvey Weinstein as pals. Rose tweeted, "I am glad more are seeing the ugly truth of Oprah. I wish she were real, but she isn't." From being pals with Weinstein to abandoning and destroying Russell Simmons' sick victims, she is about supporting a sick power structure for personal gain. She is as fake as they come, #Lizard. Another notable figure speaking out against the host is singer Seal, who accused her of facilitating relationships with Jeffrey Epstein and Harvey Weinstein. The details of the host's alleged connection to Epstein remain murky, leading many online to speculate that she may have played a role in his choice of victims. Some Florida residents even suggested that the host was part of an organization involved in HT. However, the host later addressed these swirling rumors on Twitter, stating, "Just got a phone call that my name is trending and being trolled for some awful fake thing. It's not true. Haven't been raided or arrested. Just sanitizing and self-distancing with the rest of the world. Stay safe, everybody." Despite her denial, the mystery continues when the host was linked to John of God, a Brazilian self-proclaimed medium who had been previously convicted of a felony. John was exposed after running a spiritual healing center in Brazil for years and was eventually found guilty of A-ing multiple women, receiving a 63-year sentence for his crimes. When John appeared on the Oprah Winfrey Show, the host later traveled to Brazil to meet him before his arrest, claiming to have had a profound experience during their conversation. This connection has only added to the intrigue and scrutiny surrounding her relationships.
I wasn't sure it would ever happen. One of the most famous spiritual healers in the world rarely talks to anyone on camera.
There have been rumors floating around for some time now about the host not being as supportive of up-and-coming actresses as she might seem. Some people have suggested that she's been messing with their heads or manipulating them in certain ways. This has rubbed a lot of netizens the wrong way, and many have spoken out, calling out her behavior. As these conversations continue to unfold online, it's clear that more and more people are questioning her influence and the effect she might be having on aspiring talent in the industry. One person wrote, "Now we know where most of the missing children went, and sadly will not be returning home. May karma bite those evil people soon." Another one added, "You'll know the criminals by who rejects these kids as truth tellers." That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.